Namaste.
Namaste.
I didn't know that I was on mute. Namaste.
Namaste, Kumarji.
Namaste, Uma. Namaste, Srilata.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. I didn't realize I was on mute.
Okay.
Let's start with 3 ohms. First ohm is to transcend the physical body. Second ohm is to transcend the entire universe, that is all our attachments. And the third ohm is to merge with the unmanifest divine. Let's take a deep breath. Prabhatam, Namo Namaha, Namaste, depending on where you are. So, let me pull up the Yoga Sutras. We'll quickly review what we have been doing in the last almost 8 weeks. So we started with the executive summary in the first 4 sutras. And here Patanjali Muni explains what yoga is all about. He says yoga is the control of the chitta vrittis, the thoughts. And when you are in yoga, you will see the real you. And when you are not in yoga, you will identify yourself with all the chitta vrittis, the thoughts, and which are causing all the reactions. That's how you will be. So when you are identifying with your thoughts, when you are identifying your chitta vrittis and you are reacting to each and every situation, you are not in yoga, which means in traditional Vedanta, this is the Jivatma. Everyone aware? Jivatma, Jivatma and Paramatma. So when you are in yoga, that is Sutra 1.3, Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. When you are seeing the true reality, which means you are connected to that Paramatma, which means your Atma has become so pure that it is almost like the Paramatma. You are almost like a Paramatma. So that's what we are seeing in those sutras. And then because we said we are identifying when we are identifying ourselves with the chitta vrittis, we are not in yoga. We are a silly and petty jivatma. That's what we are all, right? So he goes on to explain what what the chitta vrittis are. So he says there are 5 types of chitta vrittis. Some of them are painful, some of them are not. And the 5 chitta vrittis he is explaining as pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, and smriti. So pramana is evidence-based kind of thinking. Viparyaya is misconception. Vikalpa is delusion. Nidra is sleep. And smriti is that which comes from memory. So he explains each one of them what they are. And then we went on to see how to control. He explains how to control these chitta vrittis. That's where he talks about abhyasa and how that abhyasa, by sustaining it for a long period of time, dirgha kala, nairantarya, satkara sevito. So when you do it with good intention for a long period of time without interruption, that abhyasa is firmly established. And from that, vairaghyam, that is a sense of detachment towards life comes, because you also get detached with the chitta vrittis. And from that, none of these things, what you see and what you hear, none of those things bother you, which means you are already getting in touch with that Purusha, that is that Atma, that pure, that is that gateway to the connectivity with the unmanifest divine. So then he says, when you are in that kind of state and you are constantly focused and concentrating, then you will come to a stage called samprajnata, where the complete wisdom becomes available to you through vitarka vichara, ananda, asmita, anugamar, samprajnata. So you enjoy that samprajnataka state, which is the state of very high intuitive wisdom, because any question you place and let go, because you are in a state of ananda. Ananda means at peace all the time. The answer comes back and you don't have any difficulty in interpreting the answer. And before you get to that state, there are 3 other states he describes, various levels before you get to the samprajnata state. So the next 3 sutras is talking about the 2 or 3 different states that you can be, that you will see on the way. Having said all this, then he says, okay, the intensity with which you do is how you are going to get the results. Very high intensity, very mid, if it is a moderate intensity or a low intensity, depending on that, you will see the results in your spiritual growth. So he says, oh, if all this is difficult for you to understand and do, all this abhyasa and focusing and all that, easier thing is
Surrender.
If complete surrender, Ishvara pranidhana, pranidhanatva, which means, or you can surrender to the divine. So we have seen how difficult surrender is, right? Surrender means complete acceptance, not asking any questions of your life. The way it goes, you go. You don't ask for anything. So, Saranya, you understand? In Bhakti Yoga, you don't ask for anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
In Jnana Yoga also, when you get the Jnana, you won't ask for anything for yourself. It will always be for the humanity. So, when you are not in that state, when you don't have complete surrender, you'll ask things for yourself. That's fine. And he says, Who is this Ishvara? This Ishvara is one who is beyond karma klesha and is the special Purusha. And he is the source of all wisdom. And he is the guru of all teachers and gurus who have come in the yesteryears. He is the ultimate guru. There is no other person in between because everyone else is limited by time. This unmanifest divine alone will exist always, all the time. He is immortal. So, and then he says the way he communicates is through the Om Pranava. And when you do the japa on Pranava, you will understand the meaning of that. And then when you understand the meaning of that and you deeply engage in that, you get in touch with your Chetna. Chetna is that Atma. We call it in normal terms, we can call it the artificial intelligence, but that is the Chetna. So Chetna is that purified, completely purified Atma, which is connecting to the divine. That's what he says. And all the obstacles are removed so that you can be in connectivity with the divine all the time. So this is what Bhakti Yoga is all about. So when you are fully connected, unless you ask questions, you will not get Atmajnana. You may be fully connected, but you may be just enjoying that state. Without asking questions, you are not going to get Atmajnana. And then he comes to, okay, this is difficult for you. So surrendering to the divine is difficult for you. And you're focusing on things and gaining Atmajnana is also difficult for you. So now I know why. Why it is difficult for you is because you have all kinds of, we have all different types of diseases. That's what he says. Vyadhi, he says. What kind of Vyadhi? He says mental inertia, doubts. That is what he's saying. Samshaya. Samshaya means doubts. Pramada, carelessness. Alasya, laziness. Avirati means sensual pleasures. All these things, delusional perception, all these things are there for us. And that prevents us. Those are all the impediments that we have. In addition to that, we also have dukkha, we have despondency, we have trembling in our hand, in different parts of the body. With the result, the inhalation and exhalation is not proper. And this leads to delusion. So having said that, now he has to give you a prescription as to how to come out of this. So that's what he says in the next couple of sutras, next few sutras. He says, by abhyasa, on a single, take a single a point of focus, ekatva, ekatatva. So taking a single point of focus and focusing on that, meaning practicing, doing an abhyasa, being in that state, you can oppose the tendency of this diseases that we have. Because basically these are all caused by chittavrittis. We know that. So that's what he says. And he says also to have moderation in life. These two, so he says, Maitri, when nice things, happy things are happening, have a sense of friendliness with that. Don't go overboard. When you have dukkha, have compassion. You don't become that. Mudita, have internal joy when there is punya, when virtuous things are happening. When you see a person with high virtuosity, have internal joy. Don't become jealous of that person. Saying, oh, nobody can be pure, or nobody can be better than me. And when you see apunya things, bad things, just ignore them. Upekshanam, disregard them. So have these things in you. If this is difficult for you, then he says, use the prana, meaning inhale, hold, and exhale. You can choose any of the 7 or 8 things that you are going to give. If prana doing pranayama is difficult for you, take anything. Take anything where you can focus so that your chitta vrittis come down. I mean, that is the main thing, right? Which will lock the chitta vrittis. Anything that will help to calm down the mind. It could also be a lamp. You can focus on the lamp. The only thing is it should be a lamp which is not associated with sorrow that we saw. Or you can attach to the chitta of vitaraga, a chitta which is bereft of desires and which is nicely evolved. Focusing on, you can focus on that. Some like saints, so you can focus on that. Or if you have some kind of a nice dream, you can focus on that. Anything that, for that matter, anything that is pleasing to the mind. That's what he says. Abhimata, he says. Yata abhimata dhyanatva. Anything that is pleasing to the mind, focus on that. So when you do any one of these things, then you begin to understand the Supreme. The importance, the meaning of the smallest to the biggest, you will be able to understand. You will be attracted towards it. You will be close to that. So he explains all that. And then, since he said you have to focus, now he says, how is that focus? How should be that focus? That's what we saw last week. We saw Sutra 41. We saw this focus should be in such a way how a crystal takes the color of what is right next to it. It should be that kind of a focus. So we saw this state as samapatihi, deep engrossment in what you are focusing, where the experiencer, the object, and the experience all are one. I gave you an example also from my life. So most of you must have had examples of your own. So that is the deep engrossment. So now he is going to define what this deep engrossment, I mean, in further terms, is going to define this to this deep engrossment. So we'll move on to Sutra 142. Any questions up to here?
All three, this experiencer, object, experience should be in one. What did you use?
Will become one. Did you see last week's video, Saranya? No? Please watch it. Then you'll understand.
No, I'm asking, what did you use the word will become one? One state, or what did you say?
There will be no difference.
Okay.
They will all be as one. It doesn't mean they will be bound to it. It will feel as if it is all one. With me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay. Sutra 142. Tatra Shabda Artha Jnana Vikalpaihi Sankirna Savitarka Samapatihi. So deep engrossment we called as Samapatihi. Samapati, right? Samapati state. The state of Samapati is the deep engrossment. Now he is defining what Savitarka Samapati. Tarka. In Tamil we say Tarkam. What is Tarkam? Uma Saranya. What is Tarkam?
Debate.
A disagreement or like, no, not disagreement. It's,
Debate.
yeah.
Debate.
Temporary?
No.
Tarka.
It's debate.
Tarkam is not temporary. Tarkam means debate, discussion, and an argument maybe. So in Tamil we say argument, we say Tarkam also. So here it is not argument, it is a debate or a discussion. Okay. Yes. That is Tarkam. So let's see. Tatra, there, where there, when you are focusing, right? That's what you are doing, right? When you are one with that object, when you are in the state of Samapati, when you are in deep engrossment there, Shabda Artha Jnana. Shabda is word. In Tamil, Shabda means noise, right? So in Sanskritam, Shabda means word. Shabda, because it comes from the fact that only if you pronounce a word, there is a sound. Shabda means sound. Shabda means does not mean noise in Sanskritam. It means word. W-O-R-D, word. Any word is called Shabda. Like for instance, this word Artha is a Shabda. The Shabda word itself is a Shabda. Okay. Vartai. In Tamil we say Vartai. Shabda. Word. Artha. Meaning. Jnana is knowledge. Vikalpaihi is confused or imagined. Sankirna is narrow. A narrow focused, narrow. Savitarka Samapati is focused engrossment. Okay.
What is Tarka is debate or
Savitarka Samapati, focused engrossment. So we are going to see what in this deep engrossment, what is happening is, see, think of it. I'll give you an example. Okay, before we go to the example, first let us understand this. So in this deep engrossment, you are placing a question, something you have something in your mind, you are putting that, and then an answer comes. But this answer is in such a way that you are not sure whether it is coming from your mind or it has come from that reality, from Ishvara. Don't you have that? Uma has this question sometimes, many times. Is it from my mind it is coming or it is coming from there, right?
Yes, Kumarji.
Okay. So that kind of a thing. You must think of it in a way where we were with no understanding of these higher states. So from surface, we have risen to some level, right? By studying sutras and things like that, we have come to some level. But the reality is somewhere higher up. So from surface, we have come somewhere here. And from here, we are asking a question. So the mind is also working, and because we have purified ourselves to an extent with understanding, because some vidya has come, some answer is coming from above, but it is all kind of mixed. Sankirna is that. I mean, not Sankirna, the Vikalpaihi is that. Confused. Okay. So from this state, where you're logically analyzing whether it is really right. Is this the real meaning, or this one is the real meaning? What is the mind? Has this come from Ishvara, or has this come from my mind? So this state is called Savitarka Samapati, and it is also a state of Samadhi. Why is it a state of Samadhi? What is the definition of Samadhi? Madhavi, you have to tell me, what is the state? When do we say we are in Samadhi? I've said this in the class many times. Anybody, for that matter.
When we are in total union with the divine.
When we are in?
Total union with the divine. There's no difference between the divine and
Yeah, that is very high state of Samadhi.
Then activations are controlled.
When activations are controlled, is not Samadhi. There has to be a next step to Samadhi.
When
Samadhi means
divine,
Concentration.
yes. Huh?
when we have the
Concentration.
divine,
When you have the divine connectivity. Samadhi means you must have divine connectivity. Even if it is not, even if a little bit of chitta vrittis are causing some issues and things like that, maybe the connection is not too strong. So that is where we are in Savitarka Samapati. There is still chitta vrittis and things like that are working, and this is what is causing that confusion. So think of it. I'll give you an example. You will understand this better. See, long back, this I think was in 94, 95, and maybe even, 94, 95. At the time, I was with the movement, like a new movement, like Isha Yoga. So this movement was called Oneness Movement. And it, many of you may not know it by that name, but you may know it by the name Kalki Bhagavan. Have you heard of that? Kalki Bhagavan?
yes,
Yes.
yes, we have heard.
Another fraudulent movement which came to light after 10 years, correct? So I had many spiritual experiences while I was in that moment. Anyway, we don't have to go there. What I'm saying is, the first time I went to India, when I had this experience, I wanted to do something here for people here. Oh, I have got this. I have received this experience. So I wanted everybody in USA, whoever is interested, also must enjoy this. So we used to there were a few other people who had earlier gone and had some kind of an experience. So when I came, they gave me a set of names. These people are there, you connect with them. So I called a few people, and we used to do on the phone. Every week we used to do some kind of a satsang, do some bhajans and things like for an hour or hour and a half, something like that. Like how do we discuss? But nothing on Atmajnana really. At that time, nobody had any Atmajnana. Nothing was taught as such, but it was not enough to get in. There was no document. But there were a lot of bhakti songs on Kalki Bhagavan. So we used to sing those songs. And then one of them was in New Jersey, this young man. I have not met him, but he would call me now and then, we would speak. And then finally, he said one day, I'm going to arrange talks here in New Jersey, New York area. Can you come and give a talk? I said, yes, I will come and give a talk on Kalki Bhagavan. Yes. Anyway, while speaking on the phone, I have not seen this person, correct? Just based on the way he is speaking, his tone, and the words that he is using, I have formed a mental picture of how he will look. So when finally I went there to meet him, he was not that at all. I was imagining one short person, ill-dressed. That's how it was to me. And I went there. He was tall and well-dressed. See, this mental picture, where did it come from? Nobody showed me a picture of him, nothing. How did I form a mental picture? We do this all the time. Many of you, if you have not met somebody and you speak on the phone, like Madhavi spoke to me on the phone for many months. She kept on asking, I want to see a picture. I want to see. So was it a shock when you saw me, Madhavi?
Yeah, whatever I just completely reversed for you.
No, I'm not able to hear you well.
No, I imagine.
Others, please mute your session. Please mute your session.
Yeah.
Then we'll be able to hear her. Yes.
Yeah, I imagine in different ways, complete opposite.
No, Subramaniam, he also has to mute. There is otherwise, it's a lot of echo is there. Please mute. Yeah. Now you are clear. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I imagine something, sir, and you are completely opposite of that. Yesterday night also, I was telling my husband, I imagined sir in different way, but when first time I saw sir, I was shocked to see sir like that. Means you are good, but somehow I imagined you in different way.
Yeah, you didn't think that I'll be having a beard. You probably thought I was nice, clean shaven like your husband. I had hair, whatever. All white hair, flowing hair, maybe. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, where did this picture come from? It comes from our mind, based on something that is being said, because of what topics we are discussing, and also the way I speak, my tone, my language, my diction, with all this, the mind works over time and comes up with a picture. So the Savitarka Samapati, I'm not saying Savitarka Samapati is exactly this. In Savitarka Samapati, this mind forming certain things are there. That's what I'm trying to say. It is interfering now and then to cause the confusion. With me? Is this clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear. It's clear.
Yes, sir.
So the samadhi state is totally connected with the divine. Is that right?
Totally connected samadhi state is a very high samadhi state. You will see here there is some connectivity, and that is why all this confusion. There is connectivity, and there is also connectivity to our chittavrittis. So the chittavrittis are the ones which are pushing this, saying, "Oh, it is causing that filter. It is not letting you see anything as is." With me? So, next sutra, Smriti Parishuddha, Swarupa Shunya Iva Arthamatra Nirbhasa Nirvitarka. So we saw Savitarka, where Savitarka is that logical reasoning, In Nirvitarka, that there is no more logical reasoning. What does that mean? How does it happen? Smriti Parishuddha, when the memory is wiped clean of all unwanted junk. I mean, it will still have something. Madhavi, this is for you. This sutra is for you. Because you constantly say that this memory, too much of memory is there for you. So Smriti Parishuddha, when that happens, Swarupa Shunya Artha Matatvat. So that form which the mind was giving becomes Shunya. Shunya means it's not there anymore. With me? So in that earlier example that I gave you, if my memory is nice and clean, all the junk has been removed, things that need to be there are there. The shlokas that I have to remember, they are all there. The Atma, there's some experiences that I need to have are there. All this, there's a lot of unnecessary junk that is cleared out. When that is cleared out, when I speak to the person, I will only speak to, I will never form any picture of anybody in front of me.
Can you please explain the difference between memory cleared and the memory cleaning? Though, can you give some
Memory
example
cleared
of
means there is nothing in the memory.
answer,
So if
please?
you have
Can
to
you
make
give
a
more
cup of
example?
coffee, you do not know how to make it.
Can you give me an example of cleaned memory, please?
Cleaned memory is you have anger with somebody, that anger is not there. It's gone. You have jealousy, that jealousy is not there, that is cleaned out. You have certain bias based on how people speak. You have a bias. Oh, if a person speaks like this, then he has to be he is probably, he will look very handsome, but when you actually see him, he may not be. So it is based on your bias. So those biases are cleaned out. It is like how you broom. With a broom you clean out the kitchen and mop. It is like that. Smriti Parishuddha Swarupa Shunya Iva Arthamatra Nirbhasa Nirvitarka. So Nirbhasa is that the experience of feeling it. A feeling of what? Feeling that answer, that experience. There is some question was there, that answer is coming. That experience, feeling that experience is nirbhasa. So the artha here, Swarupa Shunya Iva Artha. So Swarupa Shunya, as if the form has been avoided, has been taken out from this. Arthamatra Nirbhasa. This is Nirvitarka Samapati. This is Nirvitarka Samapati, where there is no other, no form, nothing. The experience and you. That's it. With me?
What is matra? Iva artha matra?
That alone. That alone. That alone stays. The form is gone. That's what it means. Okay.
What stays? The answer? Answer for the what stays? Stays.
What space? I didn't say
What?
space.
No, stays. S-T-A-Y-S. It said that alone stays.
Yeah, that
What?
alone stays. Correct.
What is that which stays?
The the knowledge that comes from above, that alone stays. There is no other information that is coming and distorting it.
Thank you.
You look at the notes at the bottom, you can also see when memory has been fully cleansed, void of any form, when the intent alone is experienced, it is nirvitarka samapati, that is intuitive, without any deliberation. Deliberation is logically you're analyzing because is this, that? Because the mind is interfering in the earlier thing. So you're logically trying to see which is the right one. Here, that logical thing is gone. There is no tarka. Okay?
Okay, Kumarji.
Everyone okay?
Yes.
All right. So these are two states where we are talking about things of that is in a regular life, whatnot. So let us go on to the next sutra. Etaya eva. Yes.
I'm sorry, like without any consideration, we are allowing the memory to be clean. Is that the meaning?
Of what? Smriti Parishuddha.
Mm.
Without any consideration.
Mm.
What consideration of what? See, we are letting the memory to be cleansed of all unwanted things.
Okay.
I gave you examples, right?
Yes, yes.
We are allowing that to be cleansed out, that to be cleaned.
Okay.
Later on, he's going to tell you how those cleansing is going to happen. Right now, he has not told you.
Okay. I thought the last nirvitarka
Nirvitarka samapati. This state is called nirvitarka samapati.
Okay. So it says without deliberation. So I thought without any consideration, the memory is being cleansed. So that's why I wanted to clarify.
Because memory is cleansed, there are no deliberations.
Okay.
As long as the memory is not cleansed, there will be deliberations.
Okay, thank you.
It's like you're going in a car, dark, no lights, and there are 3 roads, and you do not know which road to take because that pole which was indicating has fallen off, and you don't have a map, and it is so dark you cannot make out the direction. So you sit and pray, which one should I take? If you are in Nirvitarka Samapati, you will know. In Savitarka Samapati, although the divine might give you the information, the mind will say, oh, may not be that, maybe this. Understand?
Okay.
That is why that he is using, Patanjali Muni is using that word vikalpahi. There is a confusion, that is imagined. You imagine, the imagination is coming from the mind.
Okay.
Vikalpa, we saw right earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The
Yes.
delusion, the confusion. That's here it means confusion. Anyway, so Savitarka Samapati is that logical reasoning between the reality and what is there in your whatever is interfering from your memory. In Nirvitarka Samapati, there is no interference because the memory has been cleansed. And whatever has to come directly comes to you. You experience it. Now, but all these things are happening because of weakened. What weakened? What weakened? Your chitta vrittis have weakened. That is why we are seeing all this, correct? We came to the Samapati state itself because of weakened chitta vrittis, right? Because of focus. We saw about 6-7 ways in which we can focus. So because of that focus, the chitta vrittis have quietened down. It has weakened. It has not gone, it has weakened. So now, etaya eva savichara nirvichara cha sukshma vishaya vyakyatha. So vyakyata means thus explained, or that explains. What is that explained? What is thus explained? So he's saying thus explained 2 more states. What are these? He's saying in the same way, savichara nirvichara cha sukshma vishaya, on subtle matters. Earlier we saw about gross matters. Now we are going to look at subtle matters. When you are focusing on subtle matters, questions and answers for subtle matters, similarly, we are going to have 2 states, nirvichara and
Savichara.
savichara and nirvichara. So this chara comes from earlier sutra in we saw in Sutra 117. Go back here. Vitarka vichara ananda anugamat. Remember that sutra? Yeah. Sutra 17. Vitarka vichara ananda asmita anugamat samprajnata. That vichara, chara, vichara, visesha chara. Right? Vichara means pondering. Okay. So here he is saying nirvichara, savichara, nirvichara. So we'll see what they are. So when you focus on sukshma vishaya, that's what she says. Sukshma, subtle vishaya is matter, any subject matter. But that subject matter, when it is sukshma, subtle, what is subtle? How did the entire, why am I here? The subtle question. Why are you here, Saranya? Don't tell me you're here to
get more
listen to this.
clarity on life.
Huh?
To get more clarity on life.
No, I'm saying not in this class. Why are you on earth?
Because of my past karma.
But there is a goal why you are here. Because of past karma, you are born.
To burn my karmas.
So you are here because the purpose of life is to burn your karmas and get rid of your
Vasanas.
kleshas.
Klesha. Purpose.
Kleshas and karmas. K and K, don't forget that. We are here to kill K and K. There's an organization called KKK, right? Some of you may know, you who are in USA.
No.
You don't know? You don't know?
No. I don't know, Kumarji.
Ku Klux Klan. You know? You don't know that? Anyway. So KKK here means kill, klesha and karma. That's why we are here. That is the purpose of life. It's only one alphabet that you have to remember. KKK, K cubed, K cubed. Yes, with me, Madhavi, you understand?
Sir.
So you know why we are here on earth.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Etaya, eva, indeed. Eva means indeed. It also can be only, depending on the context. Here it means indeed. The same way, indeed, in the same way, Savichara, Nirvichara, these two states, Savichara state and Nirvichara state, is based on, I mean, the two states are explained in such a way that it is referencing to Sukshma matter. The matters of Sukshma. That's what I'm saying. Very subtle matter. Why am I here? How was the universe created? Why it was created? Who created it? What happens to me? Where did I come from? Where am I going after death? Why am I going through all this pain and suffering? All this. What was I in the previous life? Why is that when harsh words are spoken to me, I get a headache? Or when I'm thinking deeply, I get a headache. Or when I'm in a place that I don't like much, I get a headache. Or I get some allergy. I start scratching. Or I get a burning sensation, whatever. These are all Sukshma Vishaya. Okay. So that is all. The 44, Sutra 44 is only talking about what it means, or what he's going to explain further. Okay? Clear?
Kumarji,
Yes.
Kumarji. Chara means pondering or questioning, right? Visheshachara.
Yeah.
Sa,
Chara means-
what is
yeah.
Savichara, Nirvichara?
Yeah.
What are
So this is pondering.
mm,
Again, pondering. Savichara is pondering with, we are going to see that in a logical way. And Nirvichara, without any, all those logic has gone. Like earlier we saw that states where we are logically analyzing, logically analyzing, and the second one we are not logically analyzing. So, similar.
Thank you.
Sorry, can you please tell me one more time, sir? Did you
Hmm?
tell the difference between Savichara and Nirvichara?
Savichara is, there is still, you have to, let us read the sutras, you will understand better. Okay, let us read the sutras, you will understand that. So Savichara really means conscious reflection. Consciously you are reflecting. In Nirvichara, it is without any kind of consciousness. It is just happening. Let's read the sutras, we'll understand it better. Sukshma, Sutra 45, Sukshma Vishayatvam cha Alinga Paryavasanam. Alinga Paryavasanam. I'm going to read both sutras. Okay, then we'll finish. We'll start analyzing this. Sukshma Vishayatvam cha Alinga Paryavasanam. Alinga, sorry. Alinga Paryavasanam. So Alinga means, Linga means, in Linga we know, right? Linga actually means, in this context, in Sanskrit, Linga means an indicator, an object. Alinga means No indicator. Okay. Sukshma Vishayatvam. Sukshma, subtle matter. Discussion on subtle matter. So when you are focused on Sukshma Vishayatvam, on Sukshma Vishaya, subtle matter, when you are focused on very subtle matter, that too leads you to a state when you reach the state where you reach the ultimate state, where there is no more indicators or anything that is available anymore. That indeed is Sabija Samapati. So the next sutra is saying Tattva ta eva Sabija Samadhi. So now he has come to that word Samida Samadhi. So this Savichara, Nirvichara is actually Sabija Samadhi and Nirvichara Samadhi. Nirvichara.
Can you explain
Yeah.
one more time, Komalji,
Yeah, I'm
please?
going to explain. When you are focusing on Sukshma Vishayam, a subject matter of subtle nature, and you are deeply focused in that, okay, then you also reach your ultimate state. You will also reach an ultimate state where there are no indicators, nothing. That state is called Sabija Samadhi.
What is Paryavasanam?
Paryavasanam. 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 Sorry, Paryavasanam is ultimate end. That is ultimate end. When you get to the ultimate end, so that state is called Sabija. See, here there is a seed. That is why we call Sabija Samadhi. What is that seed? You started thinking about something subtle, right? You wanted an answer for something subtle. You wanted an answer for how the universe was created. And you started focusing on that and focusing on that and focusing on that, right? So the seed was that. Or you wanted an answer for some difficulty that you have. So there is a seed. That is why it is called bija.
Okay.
Okay. So this state is called Sabija Samadhi. When you find that answer of a Sukshma Vishayam, it is called Sabija Samadhi because it started with the seed, because you started saying, oh, I want an answer for this.
Bija is a seed.
Bija means seed.
Sabija.
Sabija means based on the seed. Sa means always associate. Sa. For male we say sa, saha. For females we say sa. So I can say sa Sharanya. She is Saranya. So sa also means associate. Sabija is the associated based on this seed. Associated with this seed is the Samadhi. This is Sabija Samadhi.
The seed here is Sukshma Vishaya, like subtle
Sukshma
matter.
Vishaya. You started with a Sukshma Vishaya. You focused on the Sukshma Vishaya. You wanted to know how the universe was created. That is the Sukshma Vishaya that you started with. So that is Sabhija Samadhi. Okay. So we are almost at 7 o'clock. I don't want to go to the Nirbija Samadhi. The next is Nirbija Samadhi. So which Savichara is, see, pondering is any chara is, we saw that. Vichara we saw, Vishesha Chara, which is reflection. Pondering is reflection. Reflective approach is called Savichara. Non-reflective approach is called Nirvichara. So this reflective approach, what are you doing here? You're taking a Sukshma on when you're doing a reflective approach on a Sukshma Vishaya, it will lead you to the Sabhija Samadhi state. With me, people? Difficult sutras.
Savichara example is
Savichara means reflective approach. That's all it means. It is not a state.
okay.
Savichara means reflective approach. Nirvichara means non-reflective approach. So
Any
Sabhija
example?
Sabhija Samadhi means reflective approach that leads you to an answer. That is that Sabhija Samadhi.
Reflect.
Somebody else was asking something.
I asked any example for a reflecting approach and a non-reflecting approach, please.
So that's what I said for reflecting approach. I said when you are thinking about how this universe was created, you are reflecting on a seed. A non-reflective approach, we will see it next week. We don't want to get into that right now. Where you are in a state and some answer just comes to you. Some experience is just given to you without you asking, without you reflecting on anything. Yeah, I'm just in deep state of meditation, and suddenly, let us say, I get a Vishwarupa Darshan. I did not ask for anything, it just happened. That would be Nirbija Samadhi. But we will see the non-reflective approach next week.
Nirbija Samadhi comes when you have a non-reflective approach.
Yes. You went into meditation and it just happened. And suddenly some experience came and you just experienced it.
So there is no seed in it. No.
You did not start with the seed.
The seed we mean here is our questioning on.
You will see, as we go forward, we'll see that Vitarka Vichara Ananda Anugamar Vicharka Vichara Ananda Asmita. I'm talking about Sutra 117. Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Anugamar Samprajnataha. Wisdom. Samprajnata is complete wisdom. How does it come? Vitarka Vichara. So you have a question and then you ponder, Vichara, and then you let go. Because you are in a state of Ananda. Ananda is that absolute peace. From that flows, Anugamat is flowing, from that flows Samprajnataka, wisdom. So there was a question, you pondered on that and you let go. Because you are in that high state of complete peace, Ananda, the answer comes to you from where? From that unmanifest divine, from the cosmic energy, the answer comes. You will see this Dr. Rajan doing all the time. If he
Can
does
you?
not know an answer for a question,
Hmm.
he will just close his eyes and he'll give you the answer. Because he has done the Vitarka Vichara and then the answer has come back. The wisdom has come back and then he'll give you that wisdom. You are able to understand, Saranya?
Yes. Yes, I
Huh?
am able to understand. Yeah, thank you.
For that to happen, a very high level of purity is needed. Purity meaning where? Not washing your hands, but taking fire bath 6 times a day, wearing fresh clothes, not that purity. What purity we are talking about?
Thoughts, in thoughts, mind.
My
Yes.
mind.
Yes, in Chitta. Purity in the Chitta. Chitta, when the purity in the Chitta happens, then the nadis open up. There are so many blocked nadis. So the nadis begin to open up. As the nadis begin to open up, you are going to get different states. You are going to be in different realizations are going to come to you.
Wow.
But we are not letting it happen. That is why the nadis are blocked. And the nadis open with vidya. They don't happen with beliefs,
Abhi.
convictions. They don't happen with that.
With
It
knowledge,
Yeah, with knowledge, not
Atma Vidya.
terrestrial knowledge, Atma knowledge, Atma Vidya. So for Atma Vidya to come, you have to drop the Avidya. How do you drop Avidya? By listening to classes like this, reading, doing the Abhyasa. Every week I send Abhyasa. Going through it again and again, reflecting. Vitarka Vichara, you do it on your own. And if you don't understand something, then you send a question. And I'm sitting like a pillar here to answer all your questions. Okay. On that note, we will wind up. And
One question. One question, sir.
yes,
As a beginner, it is very tough to understand all these
correct.
sutra. So I don't know whether I can ask you this question or not. How many times you went through for these classes? So we will have an idea. Are we weak in learning, or we have to practice and go for a couple of times? Then only we'll get it.
See, some of these things that we are covering right now, he is going to explain much more in detail later on.
Okay.
Okay. So this is more like an introduction, because this is Samadhi Pada is telling you all the different states of Samadhi. So that later on, when we go into chapter 2, where he is going to give you sadhana. So at that time you understand, oh, this state has come to me. Oh, okay, this is because I did this sadhana. Oh, now I am in this state. I'm getting something, but
Hmm.
there is this mind intervention. So I know this is Savitarka Samadhi.
Hmm.
So that is why he's giving you all these definitions.
Mm.
You're not going to understand everything because this is not understanding is one part, then you have to experience it on your own. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So as we go forward,
Hmm.
these definitions will help you to
Hmm.
understand better.
Hmm.
But you have to do your abhyasa.
Mm.
So you wanted to know how many classes I had. I attended 3 classes,
Like 3 sessions.
3 sessions.
Okay. Okay, sir.
That doesn't mean that you have to attend 3 sessions. You can get it in the first session itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it also does not mean is the difficulties that I faced, others may not face the difficulty in understanding.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
main thing is you have to be ready to
Mm.
digest this medicine, this
Mm.
bitter medicine. First of
Mm.
all, you have to do the abhyasa. I'm saying accept everyone as they are.
Mm.
We had a lot of discussion on that. Because that itself will calm down your chitta vrittis.
Mm.
Because it is constantly commenting. Oh, he is doing this. I don't like the way he does it.
Mm.
She is doing that.
Mm.
It's all based on so many of your beliefs, convictions.
Mm.
So you have to become more open. The more open you become, all these things will come.
Okay, sir.
You will be able to reflect back on your life and map many of these things to your life. How in a particular at a particular situation you did something and that answer came, and how you struggled with that answer because you are not sure. I told you the tutorial how the message came for me to go. It kept on telling me go, 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 but I wouldn't go. So you have to reflect in your that's what you should do instead of just chit-chatting all our unwanted stuff. Spend time on looking inwards. So there's so much to see. So much to map to all the sutras. You have to do that abhyasa. I cannot do it for you. I did a lot of that. That is why the understanding came.
So you did 3 classes with Dr. Rajanji?
Yes. First class I got only 10%. Because I already had I had another guru at the time. So I was fighting internally to accept many of the concepts that you were saying. I mean, externally also I fought with, I said, how it can be like this, how it can be like that, blah, blah, blah. So I was not ready because I had this amount of information from another guru, which many of it was not correct. And at that time I didn't know. Few years later, in 2020, I have said this many times. I had a huge problem, emotional problem, and my guru had no answer. And fortunately for me, at that time, Dr. Rajan started a session on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. I attended that. At that time, I got about 30-40% because I was ready. I was more open. Because I didn't get answer there, I was looking for an answer. But even then, I got only about 30%, 40%. I did not do the homework because he never gave any homework. Like me, who is telling you like a parrot every day, he will just give the sutras, give the explanation, and he'll just go.
Mm.
He will never ask you, did you do the homework? Did you do this? Did you watch the video? Nothing.
Mm.
In the third session, where my sister also attended, both my sisters attended that session.
Mm.
I got 70-80%.
Mm.
Then I knew that I can. The other 20% I knew that I can by reading. In the third class, you can see. I will show you. Can you see the notes?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the notes?
Sir,
Yes,
no.
sir.
Oh,
Huh? Can
yes.
you see the
Yes.
notes?
Yes.
This is how I
Oh.
wrote. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
On every sutra,
Mm.
every word, every sutra, every word that I'll write, and then I will take every sutra and I will write the explanation of it. So I did all that work every day. The class was every day, Madhavi, not once a week, every day. 20 minutes every day. So I listen to the class, whatever I don't understand, I'll just note it down. And then I will hear the recording next morning. Next morning, because the class was in the evening, next morning I'll listen to the recording of what he said. And then I will note down and things that I don't really, still I don't understand, I'll write down those questions. Some of the things will get answered while listening to his. I will listen to it for 1.5 hours to 2 hours. His 20-minute session, I'll go back and forth, like what Thiru did. He wrote, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Go back and forth. I'll hold, then write, then listen some more. So I did all that work. So I got 80%. I 75 to 80% I understood. The other 20%, just by my vitarka vichara, I got the. I cannot say 100% right now. I have a very good understanding. Where any question that is asked, I can quickly map to the sutra and I understand. So it is not going to come just not doing any homework, doing nothing. It is not going to come. That is why I sent the video. Video is posted pretty much on Sunday or Monday. And you have 5-6 days to go to the video, go back, quote, take all the notes that is needed. You are not, if you don't do any of this, how are you going to get it? My teacher never told me that I have to do all these things. So it has to come from inside because I wanted it desperately. You are not wanting it desperately, so it is not happening. That's fine. So it took me 3 classes, does not mean it has to take you 3 classes. It can happen in 1 class, depending on how desperate you are. How much of intensity you have. We saw that sutra on intensity, right? Mridu, Madhya, Adhi. So in the 3rd class, my intensity was Adhi. Very high. Adhi means high. Adhikam. What is in Telugu for high? Adhikam.
Means more.
High or more. What do you say in Telugu?
High or more.
No, what do you say? What is the Telugu word?
Adhikam only, sir.
Oh, Adhikam only. Okay, great.
Same word.
Wonderful. Very nice. You're speaking the same language. Okay. So-
Yeah, continue, sir.
So when that intensity is high, the returns also will be high. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
in every page I can show you, it will be like that. Every page you can see. This is the next page. Every page you will see. And then in addition, then I also have put some extra notes, some pages which are not the sutra pages, some extra paper that I put. I made notes on that too. Yeah. These are all ruled sheets that you can see, ruled sheets, right? So regular ruled paper I have taken, I've added those where I cannot, there's not enough space. So I have written. So you have to do the work. And my notes will not make sense to you.
Yes, sir.
So from my notes, I am giving you all this and teaching the class.
Mhm. Okay.
Srilata, do you understand?
Yes.
It has to become your truth.
Mm.
It has to become your truth. It will become your truth
Mm.
only when
Yes, I understand.
you do the vitarka vichara. And you must be deeply involved in this. You must want it.
Mm.
See, I already told you that in our lifetime, especially for most of all of us are Hindus here,
Mm.
take anything
Mm.
from our collection of from Sanatana Dharma,
Mm.
Vedas or Upanishads, you must become expert in at least one.
Mm.
You must have fully understood line by line. So in my case, I have understood line by line Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
Uh-huh.
If you understand line by line, word by word, line by line, then you will have answers to all the questions which life is throwing at you. And you know how to handle every situation.
Mm.
Is Sri Lakshmi here? She's not here.
Sri Lakshmi Parsi?
Hmm.
Yes, sir. She's here.
She's here? Why is she
Yeah.
not answering?
She muted, but she's here, sir.
No, why is she not answering? I
No.
called out her name, Sri Lakshmi, but she's not answering.
I don't see her, Madhuri.
Huh?
I don't see her.
No, here when you click the 10 participants, Sri Lakshmi Parsi.
There.
I don't see her.
Yes, sir.
Sri Lakshmi, you're here?
Yeah, I am here, sir.
Okay. It took a while for you to unmute.
Yeah.
So I went to Sri Lakshmi's house yesterday.
Hmm.
She had invited me to her house to meet her parents. I went there last evening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Why I went? To meet her parents is one thing. Then I told her I don't come to anybody's house just to chit chat.
Hmm.
So I will come only if we have a spiritual discussion. I don't go anywhere to chit chat. So she agreed. So ask her what we did at her home yesterday. Tell her, Sri Lakshmi.
Yeah, we spoke about the Patanjali Yoga Sutra's first slide.
Mm-hmm.
So how the Ishvara from Ishvara, Shakti, and he explained clearly, and Kranti translated to my parents in Telugu.
Oh, okay.
That
So
slide, that
that's
a PPT slide on zone A, zone B, zone C,
Yeah.
which you all seen many times.
Mm-hmm.
So we put that on, we projected it on her Sri Lakshmi's husband, Srinivas, projected on the TV. We had already told him, I sent him the slide. I told him, can you put it on the TV? He said, project on the big screen. Yes, he did. So we discussed that. And prior to that, this is after dinner. Before dinner, we was Sri Lakshmi's son is in college. He had tons of questions. For nearly half an hour, 40 minutes, we were talking, and then her parents, we were sitting and talking. Everything related to not laukikam, nothing related to the material life. Everything with respect to Patanjali Yoga Sutra. This has to come. If you are looking for opportunities all the time to talk unnecessary things, everything else is unnecessary. I had a wonderful time. Whether they had a wonderful time or not, I don't know. I had a wonderful time.
we had good times there, wonderful time, really.
Excellent audience I had, and her son was asking a lot of very good questions. All of them in their own way. See, I had a language difficulty with her parents, but it was not much because they all were there to translate, and what they could ask, it was not difficult for me to understand. And we had wonderful dinner. And then I left home. I left her house at 10 o'clock. I got home at 10:45. I went to bed at 11:15. I got up at 4:45 to get ready for this class. Because I'm committed to this class. I cannot say, oh, I came late, so I will sleep for 1 more hour, and very easily I could cancel the class, right? So that commitment has to be. Come what may, rain or shine. See, I taught Hatha Yoga at a senior home, which was a good half-hour drive from my house, for from 2000 to 2019. Okay, every week I will go half-hour. So hurricane, no hurricane, heavy rain. So my students will say, even if none of us turn up, teacher will be there. So Uma has attended a few classes.
Yes, Kumarji.
So when you commit, you have to commit in full. Only then you will get the entire thing. Only then that learning will be there.
I want to pat myself, Kumarji. Is that okay?
Huh?
Can I pat myself in this class?
Why? What happened?
Yeah.
Because you're coming regularly. Yes.
No. Last night I went to bed at after 1:15, and I woke up at 5:20 to be in this class.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, you can pat yourself and acquire good karma. When our purpose is to not get
acquire
any
no karma.
Yes.
Yeah, bad or good.
So
Sir.
commitment.
Okay.
So because I had to go for the dinner last night, generally I will prepare in the evening. On Saturday evening, I'll prepare for the next day's class. I know, but I'll still prepare. So yesterday, because I was going to her house, I knew evening, by the time I come back, it will be late. So I prepared in the afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
Oh.
So you have, when you have this art, I can say Atma Vidya, or no, when you have this knowledge that you have gained through, you have gained at least 100%, then
No,
why
not
do you have
100%.
like 90%, 95%, 95%?
80%.
Because you
Let us
have all
keep it
the
at
answers.
80%. Okay.
Okay, you have all the answers. So I thought it's more than that. And why do you need to prepare? You already have everything. Like, you know the answers, you know everything.
Yeah, prepare meaning I want to look at some examples that I have to give you. Those kinds of things. And also all the Sanskritam, although I can read, all the words meaning, sometimes I don't know meaning of all the words. So I go through it, make sure that I have the meaning of all the words.
How many notebooks do you have that you have written down?
Oh, this is the one big binder. This is the binder that everything is in the binder.
From the first class? Or you discard the first class?
Yeah, from the first class. Actually, the sutras is from the very first class that I attended in 2016. I printed at that time. But it's right from the first class. I have that. But whatever I wrote in the first class, I wrote very little
Mm,
because I was not open.
Right.
And then as I started writing more and more, there was not enough space, so I put additional pages.
Excuse.
So you have to be committed.
mm.
Mm.
Okay, sir. I have one question. Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm going through something in my personal life. So
Mm.
if you want a solution, you will say attend the PYS classes, but attending in one session won't do not at all. I'm not saying in negative way, but I don't know how much it will help. So to solve my problem, maybe you should, okay, one-on-one, you can guide a little bit more. That way we'll get more confidence on Patanjali Yoga Sutra.
What I am saying, any problem
Mm,
in life,
mm,
embrace that problem. Become
mm,
friends with that problem. Why are you fighting that problem?
mm,
When you say you are trying to find a solution to that problem, means you are fighting that problem.
mm,
You are fighting that issue. You are fighting that experience.
mm,
In 2019, I told you I had this big issue with my loved one,
mm,
right? So initially I was fighting. Why this person is saying that?
mm,
Once I embraced that,
mm,
it is okay. Because of the chitta vrittis, they are saying this. Let them say. That doesn't mean that I have done that.
mm,
If I have done that, yes, I should wake up, accept it, and then seek their apology, seek their forgiveness. When I say seek their forgiveness, because they are not in a state of understanding. That is why I have to seek their forgiveness. To me, nobody has to seek forgiveness because I accept everyone as you are. Even if somebody says something harsh to me, no problem for me.
No, for us to get up to that level, it takes a lot of time because.
So I'm saying every day get up and say, I embrace this, I accept this. Yes, I am not telling you what I went through in 2019-20 because it will put down the other person. So that's why I'm not saying that. What is that incident? If you hear that, you will run away from this class. You will be wondering how come this fellow is alive? Yes. How come he is not mad? So if I can accept that, you can accept other things. Anybody can accept anything.
Yes.
Yes, Uma?
Yes, Kumarji.
You were saying something.
Yes,
Oh.
Yes, Kumarji.
So you have to accept. Accepting is you have to embrace that. Completely embrace. I'm not saying go and embrace that person. If there's a problem with some person, I'm not saying go and embrace them. You can be 100 miles apart, you can be 1,000, 5,000 miles apart, doesn't matter. But you embrace them. Bless them every day. And say, that is fine. You said something which is not true, but that is fine. I understand it is coming from your chitta vrittis. Because of your karma kleshas, you are saying doing this. And because of those karma kleshas, because what you have said, I am suffering because of my karma kleshas. If I embrace, then I won't suffer. If you don't embrace, you will suffer. You may attend 15 times, 20 times. Doesn't matter. It's not going to make any change.
Yeah.
When will you embrace?
Before-
Only when you are ready. You will when you are ready, you will embrace. Until then, you won't embrace. You will fight. As long as you by not accepting, you are fighting against the cosmic flow of things. You are fighting what the unmanifest divine. I won't say unmanifest divine. What karma has placed in front of you. And you are fighting that. and it is a losing battle.
Mm.
You will never win that.
Mm.
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 It is like
Without embracing,
hold on. It is like going to the ocean
Mm.
with a bucket and trying to empty out the ocean.
Mm.
Will you win that, Madhavi?
No.
No.
It is like that. By not embracing,
Mm.
that is exactly what you're doing. You can fight forever.
Mm.
You will never win.
Mhm.
If that is your question, I have already answered your question, Madhavi. You are, yes. I don't have, this is the only tip I am giving everyone. Embrace, accept.
Mm.
That is the only thing that we can do. We cannot do anything else. We are
Yes,
powerless.
Mamaji. I
Huh?
agree.
Yeah,
I
we are
agree.
powerless. Understand that.
Something or other will crop up all the time.
Yeah, you
And
constantly we are wanting others to change.
mhm.
No,
Others to change.
Sometimes some things we cannot, I don't know. Just for example, I'm saying, like my husband has a habit of drinking. It is just, I'm telling for example, if he has a habit of drinking alcohol every day, I cannot accept that. Yes,
Why not?
he is my husband. If he is
So
drinking,
what?
his health will spoil. So I
So
don't want.
what? So what?
Mm.
You can only tell him, please
Mm.
don't drink. It will spoil your health. If you don't like that, you have to
Mm.
move away from him. Either accept it
Mm.
or move away. Even moving away is not a solution, because moving away and then you constantly keep thinking about it is not going to help. Even then you have to accept it.
Mhm.
It is going to spoil his health, right? But
Mm.
but he has to understand that, right?
Mhm.
Huh?
Yes,
Yes or
sir.
no, Madhavi?
Yeah, yes, sir.
He has to understand that.
Mm.
If that realization is not going to come to him, is he going to stop? He may stop drinking at home. He will go outside and drink.
Mm.
Mm.
Actually, my husband won't even drink soda also.
I know.
Some
It
situations,
doesn't matter. It doesn't
where
matter. Even if he is drinking, even if he's really drinking, it doesn't matter
no,
to
I
me.
drink soda per year, but he won't even drink that soda per
I'm
year.
saying even if he drinks alcohol, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to you, but it matters to me.
That's why you are suffering.
Mhm.
That is why you're suffering, because everything you want for your requirement in this world, it will never work like that.
Mhm.
That is the problem for you.
No, that is not a requirement, sir. It is kind of bonding. He's my husband, so I want him to be
That is
having
what I'm saying. That is your requirement.
not
That is your
requirement.
expectation.
Mhm.
You're not accepting him for what he is, what he wants. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
You're constantly wanting everybody to behave in a way that you have fixed. You have some fixed rules. Everybody has to follow those rules. World does not work like that. As long as you have that, you will suffer.
Mhm.
You cannot be at peace.
Mm.
See, yesterday, I mean, my wife and I, both of us were to go to Sri Lakshmi's house.
Mm.
Yesterday morning, my wife woke up around, she woke up and then around 10 in the morning or so, 10:30, 11, after I had finished all my work, she came to me and said, I don't think I'll be able to come.
Mm.
I said, fine.
Mm.
I never asked her a single question, why you cannot come? You promised to come 1 week back. No, what will I tell them now?
Mm.
No, immediately I sent a message to Sri Lakshmi and her husband. Looks like she won't be able to come. My apologies, but I will come. Oh, done, over. Will you accept it like that, the Madhavi?
I didn't go through in one session of the PYS class, so I won't accept
No,
it.
this is not going to come even after you attend 3 sessions.
Mm.
These things my teacher never told me. That you have to accept everything. He never told me. In the first session, there was nothing to accept. In the second session, when I attended, there was definitely something to accept. I had this problem. But still, it did not go in fully. In the third session, when it went in fully, I was fully able to accept it. In the first session, I accepted something else. What is that? That my guru is not able to give me the light. I accepted that and I cut off from my guru. Sutra 126. Did we not study Sutra 126 where the Ishvara alone is the guru? Correct? That intelligence can come only from there. All other intelligence, even from Dr. Rajan. That intelligence can come only from there. So I cut off from my guru of 25 years. I walked away from him. From the time I walked away from him, I have grown exponentially, spiritually. Man, he did not hold me, he did not do anything. But I had to walk away from him for my growth. So I had to accept, I did that acceptance. To walk away from somebody who was very, very close to me, like a father, like a brother, like a friend, like a guru, all in one. For everything, I'll go to him. When I cannot resolve something internally for myself, I'll go ask him. Very antaranga vishayam too, I'll ask him. Because he will not go and talk to anybody else about that. Because, for example, Uma and I, we speak very, very deep things. Very, very, very deep personal things we discuss. So that understanding is there between the two of us, that I will not go and discuss that with anybody else, not even with my wife. Remember that.
But Uma is your own sister, I think, no?
Huh?
Uma is your own sister?
Who? Uma is not. No, Uma is not my own sister, not my biological sister.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought she is your sister.
Not Uma. Lakshmi Rajan is my sister.
Oh, okay. Akka.
Akka.
Okay. Good, good.
So acceptance. This is what I tell my sister also. Akka. Accept. 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 Can you change them? Yeah, we would like them to be like this. Yes. But they are not going to be like that. Yeah. I would like to have a nice jasmine, different kinds of nice, sweet smelling jasmine in front of my house. But if jasmine doesn't grow and I have only roses, I cannot change the roses to jasmine. Right? But this is what we are trying to do all the time. I told you, there was a time when I was drinking. But when the jnana came, this happened many years ago. When the jnana came in 94, little bit of jnana when it came, then I could not drink anymore. The alcohol smelled like sewage. I could not touch it. The next day I could not touch it. The previous day I drank. The next day I could not touch it. But that's it. Done. Until then I used to eat, now and then I used to eat eggs. Different types of eggs. Different boiled eggs, omelette, this, that. That also stopped. I could not eat eggs after that. I could not tolerate. That's it. Only full, complete vegetarian food. Nothing else. So you have to accept. So if somebody had told me stop drinking, do you think I would have stopped drinking? What? No, nobody. No. Even do you think my wife liked me drinking? No, she did not. Not that I was a big drink. Anybody who drinks, you'll say, oh, once a week I have one pig. That's all they will say. Or once a couple of drinks I have. And I don't drink at home. I only when I go to the bar or when I socialize, I drink. This is what they will say as excuse. Drink is drinking. That's all. It's like, do you smoke? Oh, I smoke one cigarette once a month. That means you're still smoker. But that jnana has to come. Something has to happen. Internally, something has to change. And then it stops.
Mhm.
The person cannot give up on his own. It has to be removed from him. Alcohol was taken away from me.
Mm.
If I were asked to give up, I would never have given up. How will I give up? I may do it behind her back, behind my wife's back. I mean, credit to my wife. My wife has never told me not to drink.
Ammo. She's
She
the
never
best.
told.
She is the best wife.
She's the best wife. She is the worst wife.
You are at home
No.
or in this?
Huh?
Is she in your class?
See, as long as I have Chitta Vritti, she is the worst wife. And the Chitta Vritti is all quietened down, she is the best wife.
Okay, this is morning. You need breakfast, lunch, dinner, sir. Unnecessary. Don't mess up your weekend.
She does not serve me any of those things.
Okay.
Yeah. I do it on my own.
Mhm.
Yes.
So regarding the Dr. Rajan sir, so if he can identify our problem,
Which problem? Physical problem, mental problem.
all problems are problems.
Mental problems he cannot identify, but he can give you a solution.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yes.
But we have to share our personal information.
How else will he know?
Mhm.
Physical problems, you don't have to tell him anything, he will know.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to tell him, I have pain in the knee. You don't have to tell him anything else. He will tell you what is the problem.
What to do?
What exactly is the problem, he will tell you.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yes. And what to do, yes.
Mhm.
So
Sure.
that will
Sure.
be once again abhyasa. You are not going to do that abhyasa. So
Mm.
what's the use?
Mm.
Hmm.
No, no.
You
He say something to me, do this, I will practice. But
no, but it has to be dirgha kala nairantarya.
for long term,
Ah,
without any break.
without any break.
Satkar.
Okay.
Satkara sevito. You have to do it with good intention. Or not, oh my goodness, I have to do this. There won't be any use. You have to enjoy it. How you enjoy talking like that. Accept everything, everyone as they know. Yes. Don't form rules. If you have rules, you follow it. But don't force others. And don't expect others to follow those rules. It is stupidity. Yes.
Okay. Very tough.
Huh?
Very tough practicing that, sir.
Very, very tough, meaning this is how life is supposed to be.
But
Accepting everyone as they are is how we are supposed to lead life. But we have not been taught that. From a young age, we are not taught. So that is why we are suffering. Now at least learn. That's what I'm saying. You have another 40 years, 50 years to live. At least you can have a peaceful life. If you don't learn that, you are going to suffer. Why do you want to suffer?
Okay.
If you go on the beaten track, you will suffer. If you get off the beaten track, initially it is going to be difficult because it is not nicely laid out. It is going to be ups and downs. It is going to be dirt road, stones, and all that. But beyond a certain point, you are going to enjoy it.
Okay.
The people who go to Ayyappa temple in India, in Kerala, so they take a vratam, right? They take a vratam, and then they go by train up to a certain point, and then they walk. And these are all hilly areas where they walk, and they walk bare feet. Why do they do that? So they want to experience something, so they take this upon themselves and they do all this. Whether they have many of them do it out of a habit. They have to go, they have this custom. Every year I have to go for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they go. But out of that should come Atmajnana. That is what is most important. 99.9% of them don't get that. So it is a waste. They think that just by following some rituals, but having all kinds of bad thoughts and doing evil things otherwise. What will they get? Nothing. All these things are supposed to help
I'm
people
sorry.
to understand acceptance, get acceptance. Yes, Saranya.
That is out of devotion, right? That's not of a habit, I guess.
Not everyone does it out
It is
of
not
devotion.
out of, it is, most of them do it out of custom. Mostly, I'm not saying all. That's why I said mostly. It has become a custom for them. It's a
Yeah,
habit.
but why that custom has come? They want to be devoted to the God. That's why they are
Devoted
letting
means
them do.
surrender, Saranya. You know what is surrender, correct?
Yes.
Surrender means acceptance of everybody, everything. Do these people have acceptance?
Maybe they don't have acceptance of everything. They are
If
accepting
they
the
don't have
procedure.
acceptance of everything, they are not devoted. Devotion means, devotee means acceptance, surrender. Surrender. Surrender means acceptance. Those are the same words. Surrender and acceptance. Surrender is equal to acceptance. So until that surrender comes, total surrender comes, don't call yourself as a devotee. Until then, it is just an exercise, abhyasa, that they are trying every year. It's an abhyasa. But they are asked, tell me how many of these people who go to Ayyappa are going for Atmajnana? Tell me. Probably zero. They may not even know the meaning of the word Atmajnana because they are not seeking that. All these people who go to different temples and shrines, it is all based on rituals. It is based on customs. It is not based on Atmajnana. It is supposed to be based on
Ritual, custom.
bhakti. It is supposed to be based on bhakti, right? But what is the meaning of bhakti?
Devotion.
Surrender.
Surrender.
Surrender means acceptance. Do you see any of these people having any kind of acceptance? You try to step in front of them, they will just push you and elbow you out of the way. Is that acceptance? This is the worst case I'm saying. What kind of acceptance do they have? Internally, there's no acceptance. Now, so what is the use of going there? Zero. It feels good every year, 2 weeks. Abba, I can leave my family and I'm gone for 2 weeks. That's why many people go.
Even they do like bhakti, they show like Tirupati, you go, you have like different queues, different lines that you have. If you pay more, you go see in the front and.
Uma, if you have bhakti, you don't have to go there at all, correct?
Right, correct. That's what I'm saying. Like people do that.
See,
and,
why people went in earlier days was it was not, first of all, crowded like this. If you go there, you can sit and you can meditate.
Correct. Now
temple,
you can't do anything.
Now you cannot do anything.
Like 1 second you see.
So why do we go? Because we go thinking that even if that 1 second we go and have a darshan, all our problems will go. This is a kind of fighting the problems. finding a stupid solution to our problems. Instead of accepting the problem, we are trying to find a stupid solution. Now, people from Tirupati, they are going to come and stone my house.
No, like even if you are pious, you will go in the longest line and wait and go. I think, I don't know, if you are like if you are really devoted.
No, what? When you're
You don't
standing
have to go.
when you're standing in the line for hours, inching your way, where is that piety? You're constantly have to think about when will I get my next food, where, what time will I get there, and oh, the person in front of me is thinking, the person behind me is pushing. Oh, I'm thirsty, I need water. Oh, it is hot. It is, it's sweaty. This is what is going on. Where is the piety there? But if you tell them, don't, take on all this pilgrimage, go to a place where there is no crowd, just enjoy nature, go there and meditate. The problems, you will get that understanding of life. How many will take that? Nobody will take that. Okay.
Okay, Kumarji,
Any other
namaste.
question?
Thank you so much.
Saranya,
I have to leave.
Yes.
did you understand what I said? Or still
Yeah.
not convinced with what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
Hmm?
I understand what you're saying, but not able to accept maybe.
Not able to accept it. Madhavi is also not able to accept it, what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. I have to agree.
Yeah.
But
So
this slowly.
the day you accept what I'm saying on your own, on that day, your suffering will stop. Until then, you will suffer. Chitta vrittis will never stop until you accept and embrace. But it doesn't mean, like I told Saranya also, it doesn't mean that you have to live with that person whom you don't like, or with whom you cannot live. It doesn't matter. You don't have to live. But still you have to accept that person as he or she or whatever. Let them do whatever they want in their place. Who are we to comment on them? They have come here with their own chittas, with their own karma kleshas, and it is acting on them. That is how they are going to react. Oh, Sri Lata is from the place of Ayyappa, from that state. It used to be a very pious place. They now kind of, with so many people and other things, it has all been diluted now.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And also it was supposed to be a kind of a vanaprastha, where people will go away, and it is in the jungle. So you are open to everything in the wild. So if you die, you die. If a tiger comes and pounces on you, you are finished. Without that fear, they go there to experience life as is, and to do some tapas, some meditation. That is why they went. Just going there and standing before a deity, you will get nothing. You have not done any work inside, you get nothing. If that were true, the entire India will go and stand. If Tirupati Balaji will wipe away all your kleshas and karmas. Look at the line there will be in Tirupati or in Ayyappa temple. That could be a belief. That is why so many people are coming. How many of them have gotten relief? Materially, maybe. And that also because of their hard work, not because Balaji did something. That is their belief. For their karma, they were to get it. So they got it. So many people who lose money, they go to Tirupati saying, oh, I'm going to start a new business. So, I want to do well in this business. The second business, they fail. Third business, they fail. Fourth business, they fail. Fifth business, they fail.
Okay. I would like to say something about instead of going to Tirupati and all about the problems, right?
Yes.
Problems are to be, if a problem is there, okay. So for a minute, we keep the sutras aside, right? But problem has to be thought of two ways. Problem is external or internal first. External problems, you don't have control over them. Forget about them. They have to be resolved by themselves. You don't have any control. Internal problems, you can sort it out. As you said rightly, if it is a problem that is within yourself, you need to sort out by yourself. There is nobody can help you. That's what I tell my wife. And where you nailed it down correctly is, yeah, anytime the problem is there, is it causing inflicted by me on myself or not? First, it has to be seen. And if it is not the case, if that is the case, then you need to work on yourself rather than expecting others to do something for you. That's what I tell her. There is no point in approaching 50 people, asking them for a solution. 50 people will give 50 ideas, but your idea will prevail in the end. That's what you expect an answer from somebody that is there in your head. And that till you get that, you keep on asking 50 people.
Yeah, that's why we call them narcissistic.
Yeah.
Until they get the answer what they are expecting, they will say in so many different ways. Finally, the person will say, oh, I give up. Okay, I yield to you.
Yeah.
I see this because I am a counselor, not a counselor. I am a volunteer at HFSS, Hindu Family Support Services. We speak to a lot of women in survivors of domestic violence. I see this in many marriages, because of this, that what I say is right, my way or highway or no way. So until X accepts Y's way of dealing with things, Y will not let go. Keep on saying the same thing over and over and again, until finally X gives up, saying, okay, fine. And how long will this go on? So people, after trying this for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, finally they step away from the marriage. They cannot take it anymore. Acceptance of others as they are, not as you want them to be. As long as you don't accept what I'm saying right now, life will be suffering.
And
it look nice. It'll look nice today. Tomorrow, immediately something will come. Immediately you will be down. Because actually these are not problems, these are experiences. Although both Subramanian and myself, we use the word problem, they are not problems, they are experiences. By somebody behaving in a certain way, it is for me to ponder and accept that and see that experience that I'm having. Oh, I feel hurt, then I have to look. That is that experience I have received. And that hurt has come from my own avidya, because of my own rules that I have formed, my own frame of reference. and my inability to put myself in their shoes and see their point of reference. So in that acceptance, that problem is an experience, and you have learned from that experience, you accept that person as there. So there is no problem. There are only experiences in this world. Actually, we say problem resolution. It is actually experience resolution. How to accept that experience? Okay, on that
I
note.
think I think that point you enlightened me. Yeah. By saying experience, you enlightened me, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, experience. See, in an organization, let us say there are 10 people working for me, and 2 of them are not performing to the level they are supposed to perform. So I can speak to them. I can guide them, and I can tell them, hey, you have to lift up your performance. Otherwise, you may be taken out of here and put somewhere else, or you may even be terminated. So at that time, if that employee says, you have to accept me as I am, then what will I say? I will tell them, yes, you have to find a place where your skills match the skills of what they need. Here it is not matching. You have to lift up. And you're not willing to do that. So you have to find a place where you will be accepted with the skills that you have. Here, your skills are not enough. We cannot accept you as you are here. So this is different from personal life. So I cannot say in a company when there are 10 people, I'll accept everybody. It's not possible. Okay. So there is a dharma associated with business. So you have to follow that dharma. So if I fire 2 people because their performance is not good, I'm not going to get bad karma because I'm following the dharma of the business. I have given them enough warning. I will try to give them help. Right now, I'm giving Madhavi, I have been telling her for a long time, accept. She's not taking my advice. She's not taking my suggestion.
No, after 1 second. After the tutorial on the acceptance for 2 hours on last
But now
Wednesday.
today I'm saying you said it is not possible.
No, regarding that temple and all those things, sir.
Temple what?
Just now you talked about those kind of things. That one it takes time for me.
Everything I say is all with respect to acceptance.
Mm.
There is no temple acceptance, there is no food acceptance, everything is acceptance. If you have understood acceptance, it is acceptance everywhere, in every aspect of life. So you want me to spend 5 hours on each acceptance, food acceptance, temple acceptance, movie acceptance, train acceptance, plane acceptance?
No.
Acceptance means there is only one acceptance, accepting everything. And that has to start with personal relationships. That is where the acceptance is hitting you most. Hitting everybody most is that personal relationship. That's where it starts. See, yesterday I was driving. I was going to Sri Lakshmi's house. Just within half a mile of my house, there is a traffic light. It was green. So I was going at full speed. So from the crossroad, somebody suddenly came in front of me. He turned. He had to wait. He had a red light. Yeah, free right turn, all right. But depends on the crossroad traffic, right?
Oncoming traffic.
So I was on the phone speaking to somebody on a headphone. I was driving. So suddenly somebody comes in front of me. Okay, I have to brake. I have to do all this. And I say, stupid. So I was speaking to my aunt. in Philadelphia. He said, why did you say stupid? No, I said, I didn't call you stupid. I called the fellow who suddenly butted in front of me. I called him stupid. For that 1 second, I said stupid and it was done, finished, over. Okay. I did not carry that anger forever until I got to Sri Lakshmi's house. Normally, what happens? How dare he come? Oh, stupid. Blah, 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 blah. It will go on and on and on, right? Second, I said stupid. He didn't follow the rule. Stupid. That's it. Done. Over. And he sped away. And actually, it was 40 mile zone. He didn't want to be in front of me. He sped away at 60 mile speed. He sped away. I was thinking he might get a ticket. Fortunately, there was no cop there. So I'm saying this, there is no acceptance, this acceptance, that acceptance, separately or acceptance means everything is acceptance. Everybody understands? Understanding is one thing, implementing in your life is another thing. That is the abhyasa. If you don't do that abhyasa, no value of what I'm saying in the class or what Patanjali is saying. No value. You can come 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. It will be of no value. Because it is going to be the same thing, right? Nothing different every time. Abhyasa. Okay, folks. We've got 1 hour, 1 hour of 10 minutes almost. Any questions before I wind up, before I sign off?
If you want to extend the class, you should ask any questions.
Huh? Oh,
If you want to extend the class, you should ask any questions. Otherwise,
no, I mean, if people have questions, I have to answer the questions before I leave.
yeah.
No, it is, we should respect your invaluable time and utilize it in an orderly fashion. Yeah.
Thank you. But see, in earlier classes, people attended with me. I'll close sharp at 6:55 or 6:57 because I will attend the 7 to 8:30 session in the morning, yoga session. But from the time this session started, I felt that I should sacrifice one day, one yoga session every week on Sundays and not, run away at 6:55 a.m. in the morning. Close it exactly in 1 hour or 50. That's why initially, if you see, I said 55 minutes is the session time. It's at 6 to 6:55, not even 7, because 7 o'clock, the other yoga session starts. So I won't say sacrifice. This is something natural to me. I felt this is something that I have to do. I'm doing. That's all. I didn't feel like doing it last time, but this time I felt like I am doing. Okay.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. And Geeta,
Thank
any
you.
questions? Srilata, any questions? I think others have dropped off. It's let me go so much over time.
When you're accepting the situation and not able to embrace it, then we have not completely accepted it, right?
Acceptance means embracing. Embracing means acceptance.
Okay.
Synonyms.
Yes. Synonyms.
Oh.
They mean the same.
I don't have any questions, Kumarji.
Okay, good. You understood everything that we spoke?
Yeah.
Is there is there anywhere I can get the people personal experience with PYS classes and course? Like people will write their opinions, how they changed their thoughts, kind of things.
They don't write, there is no documentation like that.
No, not document on internet, any website, like people write their
No
own
one has, I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You have to go inwards, Madhavi, not outwards.
Mm.
You are looking for outward solutions.
Mm.
You
Not
have to
so.
go inwards.
Other day you told about the deeds which you got it from other people. Like when you wrote it like that, then I went back and thought about, okay, what happened in my personal life regarding
What,
that.
what I got from other people?
Like you got a couple of relatives helped you in staying in Bombay for free, how they treated you, like that you wrote it, how the deeds you got it from other people. When you got a job in Bombay, you asked, your dad asked some.
That is the aunt with whom I was talking yesterday on the phone. Every
All the
evening I
things
speak
when
to
you
her.
wrote it, we remembered, myself and my husband really collected all the deeds which we did it and which we got it also. So sometimes what happens if you read people personal experiences, we will also, okay, we will do it, we can do it, we will have that experience.
See,
like
gratitude. That is the only word you have to know. All that I said, a big story about Bombay, first job and all that is one word, gratitude. Somebody helps you, you have to be grateful. And that is the only word you have to know, gratitude. Anger, I say anger. I don't have to give you stories for anger, right? You know what it is. Similarly, jealousy. All these are just words, and so many things that we talk. There will be so much about jealousy in the website if you want to go and read. Similarly, the same thing here too. For acceptance, there will be thousands of things in the internet, but it is it is not useful unless you accept it yourself. You have to implement it in your life. See, this acceptance. This morning, sun is shining. Yesterday, it was raining in the morning. You accept both. You don't complain. Same thing in the house. One will be the way you want, the other one may not be the way you want.
Okay, sir.
Life's problem is acceptance. The biggest issue is non-acceptance. The moment you accept that this is how they are, it is because their own chittavritti, because of their own klesha karma. There's no more a problem. It becomes an experience dealing with them.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Namaste. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Namaste.